Hi, it's Alaska Granny. What's the actual difference between stockpiling and panic buying? As preppers, we try to prepare for shortages. We plan for the things that our families need. We even make the sacrifice that we don't buy things we might just want because we are buying the things that we need. We maybe are trying to predict what the actual shortages might be and prepare for that. And that's building your stockpile a little at a time. Preppers don't run into the grocery store, grab every item of one thing, and run out of the store with it. That's not what preppers do. Preppers budget, they buy a little at a time, and they keep adding to their stockpile with the intent of these are items that I need, these are items that I'll use, and then we rotate and replace those items. And yes, preppers also do care about others. Many preppers donate to those in need. Stockpiling is normal behavior that people have practiced for generations. Predicting that there will be a cold winter, you need to stockpile firewood, for example. There are known and anticipated shortages that preppers plan to have those supplies on hand to help make their lives better. Panic buying is crisis buying. It's impulse buying in enormous quantities because of a perceived threat or shortage. It's not that you have a plan of what you're going to do with all of those items. It's that you think, oh my gosh, there might not be any more toilet paper, and you run to the store and buy every last roll that you can find. That's not prepping, that's not stockpiling, that is panic buying. Panic buying is a temporary reaction to an impending crisis. If you think a hurricane is coming, you run to the store to buy the supplies that you have not stockpiled when you had plenty of time, knowing that hurricanes always come. That's why suddenly bottled water is gone. But if you are a prepper and you're stockpiling, you already have bottled water in your home. When you hear there's a hurricane coming, you don't run to the store because you have the things you need already on hand. And that prevents the feeling of panic. Being prepared and stockpiling gives you the sense of peace. That yes, it is concerning, but you don't have to run out and overreact and grab things just because they're there and you're afraid next time there won't be anything. If we pay attention to the media, the idea of stockpiling and having a supply of things you need is being vilified. Preppers, they're hoarders. They're making it so there's not available merchandise and items and supplies for others. Headlines are telling us panic buying, how to reduce the temptation to stockpile petrol and food. Think about the people who can't afford to stockpile things and try to find the gracious, generous, calmer part of ourselves and act from there. Celebrities are saying, the CVS on my corner has started locking up basic items like clothing detergent. As so many families can't make ends meet right now, I can't imagine thinking that the way to solve the problems of people stealing basic necessities out of desperation is to prosecute them. Or how about this? Several candidates for Manhattan DA and New York City mayor say shoplifting should not be prosecuted because that's criminalizing poverty. I don't understand the mixed message. If you have the money and you can afford to go to the store and pay for things so that the stores can stay in business, that's wrong. But for people that want things but don't pay for them, that's okay. If you have the money and you can go to the store and buy those things, that's selfish and wrong. I don't understand how our thinking has become so skewed. We need to get back to the basics of you need to provide for yourself. You need to do what it takes to keep yourself and your family safe. There are help wanted signs on every single business where I live. You can walk in the store and take detergent and run out, but you can't walk in the store, apply for a job, and stand there for a while helping others. It seems to me that the tide is turning on what is common sense, what is acceptable behavior. We are becoming far more isolated at this time. There's a pandemic going on. We're supposed to shelter at home. We're not supposed to go to the store. We're not supposed to gather in groups. We're supposed to cover our face with a mask so you wouldn't even know if someone was smiling at you or telling you hello. All the rules and regulations, the political rhetoric is making us feel like we have less and less control over our future. The future seems unpredictable and unfamiliar, which makes it even more important that we stock up on the things that we need. Just look at this report in the newspaper that there was so much shoplifting in San Francisco that 17 Walgreens stores have closed. So now not only can shoplifters not have anything, but people who need to go to the store to buy supplies don't have that option either. We know that hard times are ahead, and yes, it does seem very concerning, but if you stockpile what you can a little at a time, even if you only have $1 at a time, get something extra, have some water, food, some first aid supplies, hygiene supplies, tools, all of the items that you use on a day-to-day basis that help keep your life going smoothly. It's more important than ever, it seems to me, that we stock up on the things that we need because it's becoming harder to get those things. And as preppers, we are also being judged for wanting to supply those things for our family. It seems like a good time to stop talking about your prepping to just your casual acquaintances, because at this time, we don't really know who's prepping and who's not. We don't want to make ourselves stand out on when the stores are gone. Maybe the next shoplifting will be at your house. If you enjoyed my video, I hope you'll share it with someone else you think might like it. Please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.